Hello everyone. I am often asked what time is best for trading. The fact is, there is simply no such time. I constantly tell everyone this, but as more and more new participants join my channel, the number of such messages does not decrease. So I decided to jump on Pocket and just quickly shoot a video for you to show that entry points can be found at any time. That is, you don't need to wait for the perfect time, entry points will always be there. Well, at the beginning, let me remind you that the link to Pocket with a 50% bonus on deposits will be in the description below the video. Let's say I take this asset. Overall, the candles seem to be moving normally, not staying in place. At the beginning, before the analysis, I always set support and resistance zones, as well as local zones. I start doing all this on a larger time frame to see how and where the price is moving in general, because on minute charts, you might not see this, and accordingly, enter at the wrong moment. Now I will adjust this line, and in principle, that's enough. We can gradually move down to the working time frame, and along the way, adjust the lines where they are not accurate, and essentially that's all we need. We can move on to the analysis. Although I forgot to remind you, if there are trends, they should also be marked with lines. There is a trend here, the lows are not very clear, but the highs clearly indicate future potential bounce points down. Now, when I additionally set the trend's high line, it's immediately clear how the price is moving. There has already been a bounce from the line. So now, based on the previous movements, the price will go down. By the way, on the minute charts, the price is under the local zone. Apparently after the impulsive decline, this was a pullback, and now the price will go down again. In principle, I don't see any reasons for an increase so far, so I will enter a trade for a decline. It just stands still, and in the end, it ends up at zero. But here, it's not even about the logic. The price behaved in a somewhat unclear manner. Let's observe for a bit. So, the price has indeed risen again, reaching a specific price point, marked by a local zone. From this zone, it has bounced down multiple times, and based on this, a downward entry can be considered. However, since the lows are rising, the price may break this line. And that's exactly what happened. The price went up, so I'm entering for an increase. The trade is going into profit. Considering that the movements are weak right now, I would say it confidently brought profit based on logic. So, here is the local zone that I was relying on. Initially I entered for a decrease, yes, because the price bounced off the peak, and there were reasons for that. But in the end, it rose, followed a different scenario, broke through the local zone, and on that breakout, I entered for an increase. That is, in this section, the price started to raise the lows, then updated the local zone, and I exited with a profit at that point. Let's move on. Again, the price dropped below the line, which means it is no longer that strong. I might remove it altogether later. For now, based on the fact that the price has dropped below the line again, and that there was already a bounce from the lower trend line, and the stochastic has started to change direction, I will enter a short position. It started to rise again, and the trade is in the red. Here, it is already clear that there is a globally descending trend and some changes, so it's better to observe for now. But overall, after adding the lines, it is clear what logic the price is moving by. Apparently it did not start to fall down as in previous situations, but began a new wave. But at the moment, the wave is likely coming to an end, as the price is pushing down, and it has exited the channel. If there is an exit, it means the trend has ended. Today, I have already encountered this situation twice, when the price just stands still and does not move anywhere. In the first case, there was no clear signal, but here the signal is still present. The price has just stagnated. Yes, this happens unfortunately. I will enter again, in fact, with 2 trades. Here is the key to how to extract money from trading. In the meantime, I will explain the logic behind this wonderful trade. The focus was on this questionable local zone, as well as on these diagonal lines marking the channel in which the price is moving. The lines indicate that this is an upward trend, with the price moving from line to line. Initially it caused doubts and went beyond the local zone, but then it bounced down, and instead of another bounce it broke through the lower line and exited the channel. And this is a strong signal for a trend change, so I invested more in the trade, but I will keep looking further. Here, the price has already transitioned into a clear downward trend, and it is currently at the lower line of the channel, as well as at the local zone, so, in fact, this is an excellent moment to enter for an upward move. So, the upward move is currently cancelled, the price has broken through both lines, and there will likely be further impulsive decline. I will enter for a test from here for a downward move. False breakout. The price has re-entered the channel, risen above the local zone, meaning some unclear movements have started again, so it's better to observe. So, I waited out this unclear section. The price, as you can see, was just jumping in place. Now fortunately there is a clear movement, there is logic. According to the technical analysis, the price has indeed bounced off the lower line. Yes, it has stagnated a bit, but it is still heading towards the upper line. From here, I will enter following the price for an increase. The trade is going into profit. I will explain the logic for those who didn't understand. Essentially, the basis here was the lines indicating the minima and maxima of this trend. In a trend, the price always moves from line to line. At the moment of my first trade, the price broke down both the local zone and the channel line. This was a false signal. After which it re-entered the channel, and according to the overall logic that was present at the beginning, moved towards the next channel line. From the local zone, the price began to decline. Apparently this is its ceiling, as the second candle is already turning red. I think a new downward wave is starting, so I will enter a short position from here. Another confident trade for today. I wasn't as sure here as I was in the first one, so I made the trade following the rules. So, this local zone was the basis. After the price broke down through this zone, it made a pullback to it, indicating a renewal. Additionally, on the stochastic, each peak was also declining, and at the moment it started to change direction, I entered the trade. Well, the price continued to decline according to this logic. By the way, you can also note the peaks on the candles, and it just so happened that I entered the trade at the touch, so no matter how you look at it, everything pointed to a decline. I think that's enough. I made quite a few trades today, about 7 or 8 for sure, and the profit was also decent, almost $1,000. Although many beginners would probably be surprised how such a profit came from trades that weren't particularly successful. I have already said that I show you everything as it really is, meaning I don't have purely profitable trades. If it's a loss, then it's a loss, and there's no way to hide it. This is the market, so there are risks, but the essence is different. If you approach it wisely and don't make trades randomly, you will remain in profit regardless of the situation. But there are always entry points on any assets, even like I had today on UTS. Yes, some are clearer, some are less so. Again, what prevents you from waiting for an entry point where you will be confident? I think nothing. Therefore, I hope you understand how to approach this matter correctly. That's all from me. If the video was helpful, be sure to like and hit the bell so you don't miss my new releases. Also, leave your opinions in the comments under the video. The link to a pocket with a bonus for replenishment will be in the description below the video, and to join my channel for signals on Telegram, write in the VK blog, I want to join the team. Wishing everyone successful trades. Goodbye.